Hello everybody, I'm very happy to see you again. In the first video named The Idea, we discussed the idea of the project to build centralized compressed video storage as a motivation interlayer between you and a bulk knowledge you could potentially learn in a structured way once motivated. We also discussed project's main motive to significantly minimize your time to learn new information by being self-motivated. The design intent and some clarification of ideas were shared in the second video named Starting Point. There are 4 main ideas which sparked to start this project. Being motivated with the possibility to see whole compressed picture from the very high altitude by answering questions what and why. To use short videos as your time saver. Motivation per target groups where possible. And finally, how can you contribute to this project by using power of peer review process? Let's continue with this third video named Why Beneficial to understand why this project can be useful for you and why you may really need it. We already discussed how important to be motivated. That is the main goal of the MotivationHow project. But why this project to be focused on motivation? First of all, it's about format of presenting information. One of the most popular format of sharing information nowadays is a video. It's very powerful demonstrative format which allows you not only use several senses by seeing and hearing at the time, but also build associations in your mind and use your imagination better. Along with logically compressed structured content and some training techniques, it allows to understand and remember information better in a shorter time. Usually up to 15 minutes per video would be enough to keep your attention, plus effectively share and clarify a whole topic with you. One more thing. Sometimes video is the only format to reach out to some people. Have you heard about the term streaming natives? Imagine that young people generations are coming and they may not know something which older generations still remember being used and maybe sometimes even not existing anymore. Young people use modern substitutes usually with advanced functionality instead. For example, in some touristic places, you still can see horses and horse-drawn broughams. It's probably hard to imagine for some people that horses served as a main transport for people a couple of 100 years ago. Cars are used nowadays instead. Cars are also evolving. People who used cars with automatic transmission only may not know that manual transmission was widely used a couple of decades ago in the cars, when gears were changed a lot by hands. Drivers' legs are used less in the cars, thanks to lots of features like cruise control, which can automatically retain same speed without pushing accelerator pedal, pedestrian detection with auto brake feature, self-parking car feature, etc. Trends already show that self-driving cars are about to come, allowing to forget how to use even drivers' arms. So drivers' legs will be not alone in having some rest. Will people remember about other old types of transportation and old cars' features in 100 years? Probably seeing only self-driving cars around. Same approach is applicable to the ways of information exchange. How people's evolution of communication channels looks like in the way of saving and sharing information more effective way. Let's simplify it. Gestures and strange sounds at the beginning of our human history. Then articulate speech and dialogues. Then paper books, TV, internet, electronic books, audiobooks, and now video streaming via internet. Who knows, maybe we will see other more effective ways soon. Based on data from 10 Hot Consumer Trends for 2016 by Ericsson Consumer Lab, new generations are growing up with their own native behaviors. Recent significant change with internet, which you can observe, is a huge amount of video content available online. New generations have own different online video experience accordingly. In 2016, 20% of 16-19-year-olds say they watch more than 3 hours of YouTube daily, compared to only 7% in 2011. Today's teens are now streaming natives. In fact, 48% of them spend an hour or more on YouTube every day. Please look around. Are your kids streaming native and prefer to watch videos via internet on laptop or mobile device instead of going to the library? Then you have another reason to use MotivationHow project with short videos to motivate them to learn. Information planned to be presented here in a very simple way so even your kids should be able to understand. In the meantime, you can evaluate brilliance of trainers' work to simplify and aggregate complicated information in small videos for faster, better, and easier understanding. Please be aware of recommended starting age for watching videos by your little one in a further separate video, Little Scientists. Next thing. Personal touch in motivation during the era of automatization is another benefit of this project. Do you remember when we discussed intrinsic and extrinsic motivation in the first video? When we ask a question in particular, why in case intrinsic motivation is so strong instrument, it's not so widely used in the learning process? And the answer was that such motivation should be tuned individually per person and therefore can require special and lengthy preparation upfront. Because whatever will work perfect for one person may not work for another. Our project will share lots of different motivation bullets, enough for you to find few out of all of them and see how they are applicable to you or your kid in order to be self-motivated and start learning a subject with more passion and interest. A lot of time spent by authors of videos up front to aggregate information for you. Such work to prepare motivation bullets may become even more important since automatization era is kind of around us. Robots are constructing cars in factories. Flying drones can automatically deliver packages to you once you clicked an order button on your computer. Lots of professions can be transformed and automated to a certain extent, having less people involved throughout lots of processes. What if teaching will also be somehow partially automated? I personally hope not. What if we will have standardized programs or videos instead of having teachers most of the time? And remember, teachers are able to find right path to students' hearts in the live class, or in other words, able to motivate everyone in the auditorium. With possible automatization of teaching process, even partially, when students may learn more themselves without interacting with a teacher a lot, individual motivation bullets at the beginning will play an essential role in the learning process. That's why this project is exactly about entry motivation point to the world of learning new information. Another concern: how to be sure you are not drowned in the ocean of information. Technology and science are developing extremely fast. Information amount is constantly increasing. It may bring certain risks while learning, like being overwhelmed or potentially overwhelmed with amount of available information. Choosing wrong path at the beginning, causing spending time later on the wrong way. What if you choose the subject to learn, which is difficult or not necessary for you, and you realize it unfortunately in years after spending lots of your time, efforts and money? How effectively you think your brain digests bulk information within chosen subject, without having answers to what and why questions, without initial structure and motivation bullets to know what would be better to pay your attention to and enjoy learning process. MotivationHow project wants to save your time at the beginning and effectively use time further by providing compressed information videos to find and create entry points to you to learn new information. Aggregation of knowledge from lots of sources is a huge work. It may take several months to prepare just one video. Sometimes it may be intentionally slightly oversimplified for better understanding. But once prepared, listeners have concentrated, structured information to understand what is this topic about, and, which is more important, why it may be interesting and beneficial. This is exactly task for motivation. It's more questioning, raising your personal curiosity to have strong further desire to learn the topic. One detail to stress out: this project is not a storage of training sessions or classes themselves. It's about compressed introduction, entry points before start learning. Average 15 minutes of your time now may potentially bring curiosity and easiness for your entire life to learn subject. It may contain links and references for your future learning in case you're motivated though. Isn't it tempting? Building and updating information to be the most relevant is very important to this project. First of all, let's think what kind of information you can trust the most. I hope you're among those who consider scientific world as a #1 candidate. This project planned to have few sections. First, human knowledge described in a set of scientific subjects. Second, personal techniques and business trainings. Third, human technologies. The most authoritative approach to discuss all these topics is to use scientific researches and developments. We will discuss how science plays an inevitable and important role, and also discuss why we can trust science more than other approaches for gaining knowledge. For now, I just want to pay your attention that in order to have video posted within this project, it should be based on scientific data and definitely should contain corresponding references to encyclopedias, books or other data supported scientifically, which everyone can access to double-check appropriate information or dig themselves even more when needed. This is about building initial most relevant information. What do you think? Is such relevance of information absolute and static in a long-term perspective? We will discuss in further videos that science is dynamically renovating and developing, with periodic updating knowledge-based ideas or concepts. That means we need to update information on our resource periodically to synchronize its relevance. That's how you, as a user, can help to provide peer review in form of comments with references to updated, most recent scientific outcome. Or maybe you may have extra ideas to improve initial video idea, which author didn't think about and would agree to incorporate it in its next video release. Have you heard about netizen journalist term? Netizen describes as a citizen of the net, a person involved in online communities via internet. 10 Hot Consumer Trends for 2016 by Ericsson Consumer Lab says that nowadays online users share observations, ideas and opinions, actively commenting on what others post online, and therefore acting like journalists. In our project, you can be very effective netizen journalist to share your comments. It would be extremely nice if you can support your comments with links to scientific knowledge. Extra motivation for you. I personally found out that by commenting some topics, I learned them even deeper. By developing this material, I learned myself a lot. So such contributing can be helpful for you as well, since you can learn or understand topics better. We have just finished third video, Why Beneficial, which includes 4 main points. Beneficial format, short videos, which may be not only most effective, but even the only appropriate way for streaming natives. Personal touch in motivation during the era of automatization is another benefit of this project. Our project wants to save your time at the beginning and effectively use your time further by providing compressed, structured information to find and create entry points for you to learn new information and not to be drowned in the overwhelmed amount of information nowadays. And finally, how important to build and update information to be the most relevant up to date. Now it's time to jump to the next section and fourth video, Human Knowledge. Hope to see you there.